What it do? What it do? This your boy Lee Black, the host of Real Talk for Real Men. Hopefully, everybody is having a fantastic Wednesday evening. I'm actually in a good mood, so yeah, I feel good. I got my little drink ready, and I am ready to crack into the show. So, hopefully, if this is your first time joining us, I do invite you to share my content, subscribe, and most importantly, hit the notification bell because don't want to miss a thing. I see we already got a super fan in the house, but before I bring her on, let me bring in my co-host. This is Miss Tasha from Memphis, Tennessee. What up, McMac?
What's going on? How are you?
I am doing good. Yes, I'm feeling full of energy. And the ironic part is I got zero sleep last night. I didn't go to sleep at all. So I've been up since I don't know, fucking it's gotta be 20 something hours or whatever. How are you?
I, you know, let me preface this. Let me say it like this. Everybody who voted yes to ban TikTok can go to the seventh depth level of hell. Okay, go to the seventh level. And and here's something too. Just I'm reporting the news. Okay, I didn't have nothing to do with this. A message was sent to the House Representative Steve Cohen. His house, somebody set his house on fire here in Memphis.
Wow.
So just letting everybody know what's going on and what the fallout is already looking like. So
I love it. I love it. That's a whole nother conversation. They fucking with TikTok. They fucking with people's rights. How you doing, Miss Carol? Welcome to the show as always.
I
She says,
Carol.
"Hey," and of course we got Terrence. What's up, Terrence? And yeah, Tasha and I
Just
talked about it. It's a
reporting
lot of
the
shit going
news.
on. Absolutely, but we're gonna try to jump into this thing. I don't know if we're going to get very many family members, but if not, y'all welcome to participate in the conversation between me and
Absolutely.
McMac. It's show gonna be what it gonna be because when we here, it's still gonna be a show. You feel
Yeah.
me? So anyway, what are we talking about tonight? As I get into there's one of the family members. Appreciate you, brother
Come on,
Ken.
Kenny.
That's Mr. Kendrick Sports Hustle. Don't forget to subscribe to his show as well. Both of us are under the umbrella of TFG family. So if you go to TFG, you're gonna get everything you need. The Sports Hustle, you're gonna get TFG Ratchet, you're gonna get Real Talk for Real, you're gonna get it all. So trust and believe that's what's going
Mhm.
down. But Tasha, what are we talking about tonight? We are talking about relationship double standards. That
Mhm.
is what we're going to be talking about tonight. So I hate if we don't get a bunch of family members in here because it's going to be a spirited conversation for sure.
Yes, it is.
And let me bring you guys up to speed since we just us and we talk about how this conversation kind of jumped off.
Mhm.
Tasha and I were talking about normal shit that we talk about, just so you guys know. And one thing led to another. Kenny, Miss Carol says hello. And some kind of way we got on, we go, trust me, folks, we go to all kinds of conversations. But one of the things that hit, we were talking about Rihanna, and I was actually saying how I feel that I'm not attracted to women that are pregnant. And for me as a man, I hate there's no other men on the panel. And I'm interested to hear what you think, Terrence and Kenny, because I told Tasha I was going to ask the family, how this is how I feel. Men, we're programmed to say when a woman is pregnant, oh, how beautiful you look. Oh, you got that glow and this, that, and the other. Believe that's just programming. I believe, now don't get me wrong, I do think some men find, their wife appealing or whatever. But I also think it's a big reason why pregnant women get cheated on is because psychologically, we as men, we're visual creatures. And I don't find pregnant women attractive at all. And when a woman gets pregnant, she's dead to me. You know,
Exactly.
I just, for me, I don't give a fuck if it's Rihanna, Beyonce, whatever. I entertain that as long as you're not, you can be my ex, as long as that a seed is not put in that pussy, you still attractive. And I kind of believe that there's, a possibility. The moment a seed gets planted in that pussy, it's over with for me. So I'm curious, Kenny, in particular, and Terrence, if you feel the same way. Share with me how you feel. But we're going to jump into some specific areas of double standards, and Tasha and I are going to talk about those. So Tasha, as you well know, we're gonna start with an easy one first because me and Tasha agreed that when we start going down the rabbit hole of sex, that's a category all of its own.
Hmm.
Sex and sexuality is an area all of its own. So let's talk initially about finances, Tasha. And I'm going to read something and let's talk about the double standard here. And I'm welcoming you guys to chime in if you would like to. So when it comes to finances, I think sometimes there's a double standard when it comes to how we save and how we spend. And there's a thing that says your partner expects you to save money, spend less, pay off bills, and be frugal with your purchase. However, they spend frivolously, buy things without much thought, and are racking up a ton of debt. Where I wanted to go with this one specifically, Tasha, when it comes to the double standard, is do you think it's a double standard? And what do you think about the fact that in this new dating relationship world, a lot of women feel like what's mine is mine and what's yours is mine? Am I wrong?
No, that is, a general consensus out there. Absolutely.
So, absolutely. Terrence said, I don't find pregnant women attractive either. Okay.
They're gonna
Kenny,
snatch this show off of YouTube.
Kenny, I'm waiting on your opinion. I said, okay. Kenny came in. He says, for me, I haven't been programmed. Most women, in my opinion, have a glow during pregnancy that I do find attractive. Again, not all, but most. So there is a dissenting opinion out there from a brother that don't believe, but I suspect there's more men that feel like me that don't want to say that. And I'm using the word programmed again. And when I use that word, I mean it in the sense that it's inherent in us to just not say that. Oh, I don't find you attractive. And when I say unattractive, that don't mean they're ugly. You could be a nice looking woman, but I'm not sexually attracted to a pregnant woman, even if it was my own. That's just how I feel. So but again, Kenny's, says that no, for him, that's definitely not the case. But anyway, back to the financial part of it. Tash, I think this is a big double standard when it comes to finances that I think definitely hurts a lot of relationships. I think even in the way some relationships are built, I want to get your opinion on something.
Mhm.
In the older traditional way of a household, with the way finances was set up, the man was ahead of the household because he was the breadwinner. Now that women are working, what do you think about a household where the woman works as well and maybe even makes more than the man? Do you think it's a double standard that the man should control the finances, or they have separate finances? Because me and you talked about separate bank accounts. What's your thoughts on this?
Well, if people should have separate finances,
Hmm.
I do. I think about it in terms of like this. I think that yeah, you should have like one, like a joint, kind of like a joint account. But then I do think that, you should keep some on the side. I guess with the whole like double standard thing, though, is trying to control one partner's spend over the other one, or saying, especially if you're not trying to reach those financial goals, or saying that, hey, you tell them to your face, hey, we're gonna agree to cut back on it, but then like over to the side, you still spending, you still doing, like whatever with your money on the side, even though you had a general consensus. I think that's where like the double standard kind of comes in. I don't think there's anything wrong with having separate finances though.
Okay, and I agree with you. We had an extensive conversation about this.
Hmm.
I'm not against having separate bank accounts or anything like that. But I am old school, traditional, where for me in my relationship, I would be in control of the finances. And far as me, even the double standard portion of it, I think that's one of the biggest things that is a barrier prevents me from even dating. Just to be honest, because of the expectation that the man is supposed to pay for everything. We talked about this before. You want me to spend excess amount of money so you can see if you want to date me,
Hmm.
but you're not willing to do the same for me. And that's where a big double standard comes, that we never hear about the woman doing the same thing. Because if you are a black woman, hear me roar, girl power, this, that, and the other, and you're willing to step out there and talk about how much money you make now, you out here grinding. Why don't we ever hear about you taking the man out and spending that same grip? You know what I'm saying? $400 or $500.
Because it happens more often than not, but the voices that you hear that drown out
Okay.
everybody else are the ones that are all about, no, it couldn't be me, I would never, a man is supposed to do like that. Those are the ones that are on their platforms telling women to not do that, don't lower your standard, and then they have all these cute and clever like little names that they like to give women who don't mind doing that. It's seen as something, something negative. It makes you look, weak and everything, or and some people's words, that's big back behavior, and you don't do that. So
Wow, wow. Okay. You bring up a real good point, especially with the recent situation with Risa
mhm.
Tisa, that she was willing to do all those things. So very good point. I don't want Kenny to lose sight of what he said. He says, man, look, I couldn't keep my hands off my ex-wife when she was pregnant. LOL. That's why I knocked her up 3 times in a short period of time.
Those are
So
the
once
pheromones.
so once again, again, Kenny, I don't know if that's pheromones or whatever. And I'm not saying there aren't guys like you out there. So, but I do think there's a good deal of men out there that feel like me. I was even talking to my niece, and she talked about the fact that, and Carol, I want you to chime in on this, and Tasha. My niece said to me that she has ex-boyfriends that she's not been with for years that periodically check in, and one of the first things they ask is, you have any babies? Does that happen to you?
Yeah. Now that I think about it, yeah, it does.
That she literally said, "Oh shoot, this is true." She told me she have ex-boyfriends that, hey, how you been? Blah blah blah. So you got kids yet? And I think, Kenny, that's where this falls for me. That I think subconsciously there are a lot of men like me that feel like I see you in a certain light and how I remember you. And if I call and find out that now you've had a baby, your attractiveness diminishes. It's not fair. It's not right. Uh, Go ahead, Tasha.
No, I was just gonna say, for me, and I know I'm definitely in the minority on this. I know I am, but for me, I feel the same way about men. To me, like once I've dated you or something, or when I've met you, like we're still cool, we're still friends, but over the course of that friendship, like you had kids with somebody else, I definitely view them differently. Like you're kind of like, I can't be serious about you anymore. That's me. But some
No,
women
no,
like
I
they
like
like
that.
that.
But
So
even that, so there is still an element of double standard in there that you're judging that person differently. Carol says, "No, I haven't had that happen, but I'm an old married woman." So I just thought that was interesting for me, and that's I feel. Let's talk about the double standard when it comes to physical appearance. And this one hits very close to home for me. Just to be honest, I frequently talked about the fact that I'm on dating sites. I'm on the Facebook. I don't know what they call it right now. I'm on that one, and I periodically log in, and I see the women that are attracted to my profile. Kenny says on that last point, I get what you're saying, brother, but I don't look at a woman differently if she's pregnant or have had a child. Kenny's the good side of the Capricorn, so that's why I love him. I'm the flip side of him with Janus, and the bitch is dead to me once the seed is in that pussy. Famously from the movie Color Purple, when Mister wanted to marry Celia, he said, "I can't let you have Nettie, but you can have Celia," whatever the fuck one he said. He said, and his exact words in that movie, if you remember, he said, "But she's been spoiled twice." Go back and look at that movie, and that's the line he says. "I can't let you have Nettie, but I can give you Celia, but she's been spoiled twice." It shows that mindset is there, that once a bun is in the oven, a seed is in that pussy, she's spoiled. She is no longer new. She's been broken into in a way that now we see her differently. So
should we
Carol
should we
says, I
delve
remember that. Huh?
Should we delve? We don't have time to delve into that and the psychology of that, because
I,
I would love to hear psychologists like weigh in on that, like why, like why some people have that view.
but I'm telling you, it's real, and I just think a lot of guys aren't going to admit that part of it, because I keep using the word program. Oh, she looks so beautiful. She has that glow. You don't have a glow. Your nose is all fat. Your face is all fat. Your titties all big. Ass is all hard. Don't even get me started on your stomach. You're walking strips back. There is nothing attractive about a pregnant woman that just screams to me, I want to fuck you. Now I've heard that the pussy is hot and spicy, but you can keep that spicy, hot, pregnant pussy if you want to. But
Oh my God.
anyway,
I
I'm just
don't
saying.
even know what to say.
I'm just, I'm saying it in a raw, hard way for the brothers who can't say that. You can't look at your woman and say, I do not want to fuck you. You look a fucking mess. And a lot of women, especially black women, when they get pregnant, they braid their hair up and shit, and they got all kinds of reasons. Nose get all wide. Look, you are not attractive. You still my wife. I might have to fuck somebody on the side because I gotta pretend that I want to fuck your fat ass.
It's
That's just
kind,
how I
but but I mean, we could argue that it's the man's fault. So,
absolutely. So you're right. That is
so,
a
so you made her that way. So,
it is a hell of a conversation. But on physical appearance, again, Kenny, while you still on, brother, because I know you got to shut it down soon. Kenny and I probably have the same experience on that Facebook dating app thing. Carol says, "Wildly, tell us that." I do. Look,
right, right.
Miss Carol,
Canceled
I
immediately.
I feel that way in my heart. I really do. And it took me a long time to get to this place to be able to admit that because I know I'm not supposed to say that part out loud, but I do. But when it comes to physical appearance, I am a fat man. Not big boned, not thick. I'm a fat fucker. I'm a fat fucking man. I know this. And yet I I couldn't be with a fat woman. So for me, this is a major double standard that, and keeping it honest, I've let my physique go. Once upon a time, I was physically fit and trimmed. It's not right, but the fact that what I'm looking for, so when I click on my Facebook profile and all these fat bitches is hollering at me and showing how they can cook and stuff, you don't stand a chance. And so, yes, I am fat, and the true double standard is I do expect the woman to keep her shape up and body up. Now, I have lowered my standards a little bit, as I've said, you know, your ass don't have to be as tight as a 10-year-old boy, you know. But Terrell says, "That's in your face."
Uh,
Tasha, what do you
I
think about
don't
this?
have no control over him tonight. None.
We just did. This is Tasha and I be talking like this on a regular basis. So y'all, being that it's just us, y'all are getting how we talk. So Big Mac, for you, is there a double standard when it comes to physical appearance on what you expect from that man?
For me, not necessarily a double standard. No, I just think each of us should just at least maintain at minimum, at least like what we look like when we first met. That's at the
Okay,
minimum.
okay,
Just
okay.
that's
When we
your minimum.
first met,
Yeah, like you could, you could gain a little weight, but like, that should be the general, like that should be like your goal. But I think with, some of the other double standards that we hear, to your point, it is when it comes to preferences, like women having like a height requirement, but if a man says that he has like a weight requirement or some sort of like physical requirement, then it gets called, you are, like you're body shaming.
so let's talk about that because there is a great many women that hate the idea when we rate a woman. When we rate a woman, because that some kind of way is toxic behavior. Oh, she's a 8, she's a 7, this, that, and the other, and they object to the fact that we're looking at physical appearance, but a lot of women feel that judging a man by height is something completely different. And I want you to explain that to me. That what's the difference? I know you've heard that.
Yeah, I've heard it. Absolutely. I don't understand. I don't understand like the different, like what people are trying to say equate to differences. Maybe it's the manner in which it's said. I don't know if it's just like in response, like if someone is saying initially, "Hey, I don't date anyone that weighs more than this," or "Fuck you, motherfucker, you don't meet my weight requirements." I don't know. It maybe that's what they're objecting to, but what you said earlier, like people like what they like you have to be attracted to that person that you're in the relationship with. We know that attraction, especially physical attraction, plays some part in most relationships, no matter whatever you identify as. It's just common. It's what you have to look at. It's what what you enjoy seeing. It's just, people just get caught up in just I wouldn't even call it semantics, just in their own personal feelings. It's just that you feel, like you feel hit, you felt attacked by it. But it's the same. It's the exact same.
So again, I agree with you 1,000%. But we've argued on this platform with some of my female that it's not the same, that the height, and it's still a rating system. Carol says, okay, but what about the man keeping up his appearance? Your beautiful question, Carol, and you're right. In theory, I'll answer that for me. In theory, you're absolutely right. You're 1,000% correct. But how can I say this without being too offensive? There is an arrogance in being a man. I hate to say it, and I blame women. I'm gonna tell you why I blame y'all.
Don't blame us. We didn't do that shit.
There is an arrogance, Miss Carol, in feeling in many ways like it's not as important for us to keep up physical appearance as it is for you. And here's the reason why. That is one of the reasons why, as I was gaining weight, the truth of the matter is I almost wish women would have been truly turned off to me, because then it would have sent a clear, defining signal: you too fucking fat to get pussy. But that didn't happen. As I continued to get weight, it never slowed my pussy quota down. And so for a lot of us as men, we can be fat, we can be broke, we cannot have a car, we cannot comb our hair, we can be on drugs. That guy sitting in a dingy ass apartment on his mattress who's got a video game system still gets plenty of pussy. And the signal it sends, that physical appearance, those other things that we as men, it's not right, ladies, but we are I feel like in a way it sends the signal that we can kind of let ourselves go a little bit where you cannot. It's not right, but that is it.
What are you talking about? Okay, that couldn't be further from the truth. I know we've all seen My 600-Pound Life, and the sisters, Tammy and her sister, them bitches weighed over 1,000 pounds, and they each had a piece of dick. It's the same. So if you're gonna blame women, then I'm blaming men, because for everyone out there that's saying that, oh, you gotta look like this, there's another one that's sticking his dick in the crackhead around the corner with no teeth.
Here's why that's different. I'm so glad you said that. This is our first one where we truly disagree. And that's not about us finding her attractive. Them fat, big, roly-poly bitches, that's just about a man putting... Tasha, we as men will stick ourselves in a cactus tree to get a nut. And them fat bitches is on TV. So, yeah, they got somebody, but...
And you don't, wait a minute, and you don't think that there's women who are out there that know that they're ugly, that know that they're fucked up, but don't mind trapping somebody just to be able to have half a man. We have that conversation all the time.
We're talking about two separate things, though. But I ain't talking about...
Women, okay, no, I think you're putting way too much emphasis on the whole physical attraction thing. You're putting way too much on what it would be. There are a lot of women that do the exact same thing, that have that exact same mentality.
And I'm not saying they don't, and I'm not saying there aren't anomalies. I just think, though, again, this is my feeling. We as men, though, to answer a question, I think that we've been allowed to get away with it more because that same woman that does have a mentality, you know what she has to be doing?
Mhm.
She still has to spend. She has to have a home because that's the guy that's laying up on her. That she has to have a house. So my example I gave, where the guy that doesn't have a car, that's broke, that has nothing going for him, there are far more examples, in my opinion, of him still being able to get multiple bitches than the fat back behavior from Risa Tisa. Even Risa Tisa's story, she he was living with her and this, that, and the other. So again, she was working, so I think men take advantage of those situations. But I think when it comes to physical appearance, I think that definitely I blame y'all more. I do.
No, absolutely not. No.
Let me read a couple of comments.
Okay.
Go ahead. No,
No,
please.
no. Go ahead. Read the comments.
Kenny, because I want to, a lot of comments are popping in. Oh man, and we got Hannah and Bird popping in the conversation. What's going on, Miss Poston? How you doing, sweetheart?
Blind. I don't have my eyeglasses. I can't see.
Oh.
and I gotta wear my glasses tonight, Hannah. My fucking blood pressure is up, so if I take these off, everything is a blur. Everything is a blur. But welcome, Hannah and Bert. Y'all coming in. We talking about double standards. Kenny says it is a double standard for sure. And I'm thinking he's talking about the previous conversation.
Mhm.
Us men hold women to a much higher standard than women do men when it comes to physical appearance, except women with their height requirements.
That is not true.
That's what
in 2024, that is not true.
Kenny, you're right. Kenny, you're right. Okay. Carol says, Lee, you just said that you don't want a fat woman. So do you consider it a double standard to say that about women? Absolutely. Miss Carol, I'm acknowledging that it is a true double standard when it comes to me, that on this site, I'm clearly a fat man, and when a fat woman reaches out to me, that bitch gets X'd immediately. There is nothing for us to talk about. I'm not interested. She could be a millionaire. There is nothing. I can't go there because I'm not attracted to her in any way. So the sad part about it, Miss Carol, all the women I'm checking on, they're thin and thin. Now, again, I've lowered my standard. They don't have to be the Coke bottle, but they cannot be fat. And so, yes, it is a double standard. And it's not right. I'm not saying it's fair, but this is what we're talking about, these double standards that happen. Carol says, hey, Hannah. Hey, Bert. Hey. And then Terrence Tasha says, true statement, Kenny.
That don't make it right. Who the hell is Terrence?
I'm not saying it right. I'm just telling you that that's how men feel. We're not saying, for the record, we're not saying right or wrong. Go ahead, Ms. Hannah.
I need the question.
No. We're talking about different areas of double standards that happen between men and women. And the one we're on right now is physical appearance and attraction. It started out by us talking about that when men, we have a weight requirement, but women, they have a height requirement. They do the same thing. But then I took it a step further by just basically saying that as a fat man, I know it's a double standard, but I don't want no fat woman. And I blame women for men feeling this way. So I'm looking at your face already.
I'm sorry.
So let me finish, and then I'm gonna let you go. I know you. Oh, she gonna sit up on the edge of her couch.
Thank you.
Too.
Well, she can't see without her glasses, so she got to sit up to see so she can see who she's talking to.
That sit up wasn't about seeing. That sit up was about, let me tell this motherfucker something. So I blame women in the sense that what I stated was, I think women have allowed, me included, to be fat and still get plenty of pussy. For men who don't have a job to still get plenty of pussy, don't have transportation, sitting on a mattress with just a video game, and he still got 3 bitches coming over there on a regular basis to sit on that mattress where he ain't got no curtains. Bird is shaking his head. Bird, am I lying? Bird, am I lying?
You ain't lying, brother. You ain't lying.
You cannot. Okay, no. You cannot blame women for that. And my point to that, Hannah, was that there's just as many women that have nothing going for themselves, nothing. That men are doing the exact same for. They're marrying these bitches. Matter of fact, they're marrying them.
A fat ass will get y'all the car and keys. Y'all don't care about nothing if y'all see a big butt.
That's it. Oh, Black, you're muted.
No.
Black,
Better.
we can't hear you. You're muted.
The fact that Bert
Oh, I'm sorry.
even better is crazy.
A fat ass will get you fucked, but you can't just be ugly or just be fat or not have nothing. We will fuck you and even fuck Tasha. You done seen me parade some of the ugliest bitches. Carmen, bless her heart, baby, wherever you are, looking like a broke down olive oil.
Why
You know what I'm saying? But I was fucking with Carmen because physically I wasn't attracted to her. She had 3 jobs. She supplied plenty of food, and her head game was masterful.
And there are men in 2024 who are doing that with women, and all they have, to Hannah's point, is a fat ass. That's it. That's
Or
I don't
it.
agree with y'all. I don't agree.
That's probably a filter.
I don't agree. I don't agree with that one.
It is because all they sit up there and they listen to that Shara, the sprinkle lady, her, and they do the exact same thing. The exact same thing.
Let me share a couple of comments.
True.
Kenny says, sorry, Tasha. I've heard women say if a man isn't a certain height, he can't ride this ride, meaning her. I can't even keep count how many times women have said this.
I'm not saying that they didn't. I didn't say that they didn't.
Carol says, I don't have a height preference per se, but I don't want a man who is extremely shorter than me. I don't require 6 feet in height. So again, I get that.
You can't be a short king.
No, but see how you change. You're moving the goalposts.
Thank you.
You're moving the goalposts.
That's not moving the goalposts. Nobody moved it.
You're moving the goalposts.
Carol says, why we gotta name names? I'm sorry, Carol.
What I'm trying to say is that if you want somebody to be a certain height. Yeah, you just said the parameters. Well, they don't have to be 6 feet, but they can't be 5'2".
Because who want a short king?
There you go.
But
ding, 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 ding.
I'm not arguing.
Right.
That's not what I'm saying at all. I'm not saying that.
Tasha's arguing that me blaming women for
that he's blaming women for continuously giving him pussy.
I'm Tasha. I want to make sure they understand. You're not arguing that women do the double standard too.
Yeah, no, I'm not arguing that. Hell yeah, this is a double standard.
What you say, Tasha?
I just think women are more to blame. And you don't.
Black is saying that it's women who because we don't have as tough physical restrictions on men's appearance that we're a little bit loose with their physical appearance, so they could be overweight, they could have no job, they could have all that and still get plenty pussy. My argument is that might be the case, but there are plenty of women who don't have shit going on for them except for a fat ass. They dumb, they homeless.
Where we disagree.
But men are marrying them. They're marrying them the same way.
That's where we disagree. And that's our disagreement.
Yeah.
Because I don't believe men are marrying women that don't have nothing. They're not marrying you just because you have a fat ass. You have to have a fat ass, but you out there working, and that man is living in her apartment.
No, these bitches is living in their cars and getting men.
Can you find a couple of anomalies? Sure, but that's where we disagree. That's where we disagree. Okay, we got stuck on this one. We're gonna go to another one that's gonna be just as controversial. We're gonna go to another one that's gonna be just as controversial.
We came at the right time.
Y'all already know this one, body count. This one is always going to be a double standard.
Yeah.
It is what it is.
Yeah.
You know, Carol, one of the times she said, nope, I disagree, Lee. So once again, you ladies gonna stick together.
As we should.
Okay.
It's the truth.
It's not surprising. It's not surprising. Kenny say, oh, my comment. Damn, these things, oh, my comment was referring the physical appearance part, not the other stuff, Tasha. Okay, let's talk about body count. So to set the stage, I'm gonna ask a simple question.
It's none of your fucking business
at all.
Wow.
At all, none of your fucking business, and I said it just like that.
Ooh.
So thank you for.
You're welcome.
For fucking saying that.
Welcome.
Bird, Mr. Kitty, Mr. Terrence, is it none of our business?
It's none of our business, man. And I was always the one. Don't tell me. I don't want to know. I really don't want to know your body count. Now, if the homies know the body count, then okay. But I don't really want to know. I really don't care. Just don't ask me either.
Oh, why you don't want to be asked?
Same reason why y'all shouldn't be asked. It's none of y'all business before you.
We'll never ask. We'll never ask.
I got a question.
So before she asks the question, Tasha, you saying women don't ask, or you'll never ask?
I will never ask because I don't care. Yeah, because I don't care. Yeah.
But do women ask?
Like you, Tasha. I don't really.
But do women ask?
I think that they do. I think that they do. I do.
Okay.
I agree.
Okay. Go. I'm ready for you now, Hannah. Terrence says it's going to be my damn business for sure.
That's a quick way to talk yourself out of some pussy. Immediately.
Bravo, Terrence. I'm with you, but I'm gonna let Hannah go.
You were hurt, Terrence. Bye.
Yeah, man.
Okay.
I got two things. One, I was going to say about the other question. I think it depends on the age of the woman who's asking, because grown women ain't asking or caring. Young women probably care.
Boom.
I think it's the age thing.
Mm-hmm.
And I was going to say, so what if, playing devil's advocate, maybe not. What if you ask, right, and you say, I was with 10, he said I was with 15, and then a year later you ask, and they be like, oh, I was with 16, and I was with 17.
If the number changes,
With the number
and we together, and your number keeps changing? Wait, me and this person are in a relationship, this number keeps changing? No, you cheating. That's what you're doing. Now you cheating.
What you think?
Okay, so
or they gave you the wrong number.
No, they just forgot.
They ain't forgot.
Back a little bit.
No, they didn't forget. No, they didn't. They didn't forget. He cheated.
Okay.
That's what he did.
I want to get a few comments in here. Carol says, like you, Tasha. She said, me either, Tasha, so it don't matter.
Yeah.
Kenny agrees. Yeah, it's none of my business. I don't ask anyway.
Mm-hmm.
Carol says, I can't speak for other women, but I personally don't.
Mm-mm.
Okay.
And she was agreeing with what you said, Hannah. And Carol says, typical excuse. Hey, let me put Terrence's comment back up there.
Yeah.
Because I don't know, maybe we're in the fucking minority then.
Yeah.
Terrence, bruh, I agree with you 1,000%. It damn sure is my business. Now, is it going to prevent me from fucking you? Probably no, but it's still my business. Now, I'm going in another place with it.
Go ahead. Yeah.
One, for me, I'm not looking for a virgin. I promise you I'm not. Okay. At this stage of my life, I wouldn't even want a woman that is that inexperienced. I want you to have some experience, but it does matter and shit, because I'm not wifing Kim Kardashian. I'm not wifing no woman that so many soldiers been through that pussy that I can't even feel the fucking walls in this bitch. Would it still stop me from sticking my dick in there, wiggling it around to see what I could get from it? No, but we can never be serious because it does matter to me. Now, again, it's not something I ask as a prerequisite to dating you. Like some people do, and they're getting to know you. So, tell me, I don't act shit like, so when's the last time you slept with somebody? And I get that question all the time.
That's different though. Like when's the last time that's different.
I'm just saying, I don't even ask that question. I don't care who been in that pussy last, but it does matter how many people been in that pussy at what velocity. And so I'm not as worried about over the 10-year, how many miles been put on that car over the 10. How many drivers in that motherfucker right now?
Don't even matter.
Hey, Black. Well, let me ask you this. All right. Now you said you were asked. Now, how can I put that? If you don't really care about her, then I'm not asking. Now, if you're in a relationship, you trying to get in a relationship, and you might want to know, like, yo, what's going on with you? I can see that. But if you don't really care about nobody, do you really care about the body count?
I still care. I guess for me, number one, I've had chlamydia 4 times in a
okay.
motherfucking row. So, you know,
okay.
it is
Oh,
something.
okay.
So again, I'm not as concerned with how many owners had the car over the period of its tenure, but I am concerned with how many drivers is in there right now.
You're not going to believe the answer anyway. So what's the
I
point of
agree.
asking?
I was
No.
ready to
So,
say that.
Tasha, thank you for saying that because you lying bitches is never gonna
What
tell the
the-
truth anyway.
No, because it's none of your business. It's
You like I said,
none of your business.
in fact, when I'm sitting across from you and you tell that motherfucking lie, well, let me see. I mean, I've only had, like 3 serious boyfriends. You know what my brain is saying? That bitch has 6 guys, 6 boyfriends, and if she has 6 boyfriends, then she had about 10 tryouts. So I'm putting
Ladies,
16 on that pussy right there.
stop answering those
Triple up.
questions. Stop answering those questions
But
about
I'm
how
just
many
saying it
boyfriends have
matters.
I had.
Parents
It's
say if the number
irrelevant.
keeps changing, I'm ghosting that bitch and I'm out.
Oh,
You
dang.
gotta be all that.
Carol said you're right. It is different, the question, but once again, this is what ladies are agreeing. Kenny says a woman is probably going to skew her numbers anyway.
And y'all gonna inflate the fuck out of yours anyway. Wait a minute. Men are going to inflate. Men are going to inflate their numbers, especially because they number one, they count everything. A lot of them count everything as a body count.
True.
Number one. Number two, they even count when they couldn't even get all the way up or they couldn't even stay hard. They count that shit.
Now you're right. You're right.
So no, y'all lie about y'all's numbers.
You ain't lying
too.
about that. I count every sex act that if you touch my dick, then you done done some shit.
He counted the hand.
I don't lie on mine, but my thing is this: I think that women do skew the numbers, so they won't be in the whole stratosphere.
Thank you. Even
if I was a hoe.
Wait a minute. You take it the wrong way. It's because of the fact that because you know already that if you have a great amount of number, you know how the way society's gonna look at you. I'm not saying that it's right. I'm not saying that it's right at all. But that's the reason why y'all skew your numbers. You skew your numbers because you don't want to be in the hoe category. And you might not be a hoe, but you're gonna be in the hoe category because of the fact that
she's still a hoe, but she's still gonna be a hoe for me, but I like hoes. No. Anyway, so I still would fuck with a hoe.
It's hoe or no.
It's hoe or no.
Kenny says, shit, I'm not, and I'm having Tasha. He's talking about lying on himself. I ain't lying on Mr. Happy.
Mr. Happy.
See, y'all crazy.
But now, Tasha, where you are right, I count. This is where the difference. I count everything. I really do. Whether it got hard or not, whether it got all the way in, I count that. But by the same token, I think women don't count bad sexual experiences if he didn't get it all the way in. If when I was on a girl trip and I was drinking and I sucked his dick, but I didn't fuck him, I think those are the
head does not count as a body count. Head does not count as a body count.
It don't.
It does not. Pussy count. If you fuck somebody in their ass, it does not count as a body count.
The body, so
you took a sip, my brother. Does that count?
It only counts if it entered the body.
Bert, are you hearing this?
No,
are you hearing this?
No
What'd you say, bro?
Who's giving head?
They're saying that in a body count, if there's no entering the body, it doesn't. So if a man squeezes your titties and you suck his dick, and he nut on and he just
that is
on
not
your back,
body.
that don't count.
That does not count. That is not a body count.
I know, lady. I know it don't count to y'all. To a man, when we visualizing this stuff, and
thank you.
A man feeling all on you.
How can it not count?
We like that. If you giving them head, then
because you did not
being technical.
No, y'all are being technical. We're being realistic. If your dick did not go in my vagina, it's not a body.
I get it.
Wow.
It's not a body.
I hope men hear that part right there.
If your body,
I hope men hear that part right there.
No,
Terrence say if he busts in your mouth.
It was a good time. I did my job. Okay, there you go. Okay.
That's a body count. Yes, it is.
It's not.
That's a body count, baby.
There you
No.
go.
Listen, it just went to one of your orifices. That's all.
No.
Which is your mouth. It ain't. That's it.
No.
If it
No.
can't produce a child, it don't count.
No, I don't want to hear that nonsense.
So wait a minute. So then I have a question. If y'all for the men only. So if y'all stick your finger into a woman, that's it, just fingering. You count that as a body. Y'all childish as hell, and you're muted again. Childish as hell, and you're muted. Black, you keep muting yourself.
We can't hear you.
We can't hear you. And you was going
Damn,
ahead.
I'm getting excited. So Tasha, I want to ask you a question then. So by that standard, then you got a boyfriend, you got a husband, and you out with friends, and whatever leads to something. Blah,
It's
blah, blah.
still cheating. It's still cheating. It would still count as a
I
cheat.
get that.
Oh, okay.
But again, he put his finger in you, and it doesn't count.
No.
So fingers is nasty.
No. No. It does not count.
So you can legitimately go home but I didn't do anything though. Really?
You didn't do a damn thing. No.
Gosh.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
If you got some, I gotta.
1 second.
We'll go ahead on. We'll come back around. I can't say that right now.
Kenny agree with you. Kenny agree with y'all. Kenny says, Kenny says, nah, fellas, if you didn't go to Pound Town, it's not a body count.
Really, Kenny?
Kenny agree with y'all. Kenny agree with y'all.
We finally got somebody on our side.
My brother.
Thank you, Kenny.
We still love you, Kenny. You don't even worry about it.
Well, I can say this.
By
their standards, then y'all actually make me feel a little better if I go by a woman's standard.
Exactly. If you didn't fuck them, then you're fine.
Then by that standard, I'm still kind of a virgin because
I
have countless
Well,
sexual systems.
Okay, well, we can count you as a virgin. You haven't had sex this year, so you're a 2024 virgin. So you could be a virgin this year.
Thank you.
Yeah, no, he ain't had none.
So, hey, I can legitimately, with a free conscience, then tell women, you know what? I haven't. My body count is zero for.
No, there ain't nobody. It's zero for 2024. 2024 zero.
Wow, that's interesting. Okay, we got plenty more. We ain't gonna get to all of them.
He's straight lying.
Right.
Without the year.
What about, folks, a double standard when it comes to what I call the trisexual experience? And what I mean by that, is if a woman has a sexual encounter, this is the perfect timing for this question too. A woman has a sexual experience with another woman.
It counts.
Oh, hold on. But there's no strap on, Tasha. But it's kissing, touching. So that's a body count
for a woman. Because hold on. I'm gonna say this because here's the thing: for two women to be kissing and rubbing and touching on, they gonna end up fucking each other. It counts.
Okay, but what if they don't? What if it's two women are drinking and in the midst of playing, they like you see in colleges. So this is what I imagine in my mind. I never actually attended college where women was in dorms, but I'm gonna take this picture.
I attended dorm college. It did not happen.
Well, this, you're not gonna fuck up my vision of college life. In my brain, I'm always gonna picture you in your dorm room, and when you come out and you sit in your bed, and your roommate says, "Oh, girl, you got some nice breasts. Ooh, let me touch those." And then y'all wrestle around and don't fuck up my college.
Okay. Get out of your head for a second.
Don't fuck up my
He was there.
Right.
Don't fuck up my bitch. That's all. Do you know that's the main reason why I miss not going to college? Because I just picture two women in a dorm room. Y'all gonna see each other naked. And it's a Tasha, it's a stormy night and shit. And
it does not happen.
I'm not used to being away from home. Girl, get in the bed with me. And next thing you know, those titties is touching up against each other, and y'all keeping each other warm and shit like that.
You watch way too much porn. Way too much porn.
You ain't gonna fuck
Good
up
for
my
you.
vision. You are not gonna fuck up my vision. You know what I'm
That
saying?
did not.
But to your point, you're
Mhm.
saying that counts. But even though there was no, but Tasha, what if there's no strap on? It's just kissing and touching.
Just kissing it. You mean just like
Yeah,
kissing and touching?
experimenting.
I don't know. Is there at some point? Is there contact with somebody's vagina?
Yeah,
Yeah, what
touching
if
and
it's
kissing.
fingers and tongues?
Yeah.
Wait,
So
what'd you
that-
say, Bert?
Fingers and tongue.
Fingers and
Like,
tongue.
Finger or tongue? Does that
What if
count
a
the
woman?
body?
For two women, that counts for those two women.
Hold on. So let me stop you right there. So we're
There
not
you go.
talking of this. The double standard here, where I was going with it, we just stopped on that portion of it.
Uh-huh.
But here's where the double standard truly sets in, though. Why is it that two women can engage in trisexual behavior and, oh, that was in my college life, and they're not looked at, to your point, as lesbians, but the moment a man has that experience, he's gay.
They're still lesbians. To me, I still call them gay. To me.
But let me ask. So your question: do you think it's viewed that way? Because you got women right now, they don't wear the banner of being a lesbian, but oh, I'll let this bitch eat my pussy, and they're not considered lesbians.
I count it the same exact way. It's the same exact thing. If you experimented sexually, woman on woman, man on man, you're gay. You're gay.
Okay, so I know that's your view, but don't you think that really is a double standard, though?
It is, but I blame the men for that.
What?
Yeah,
I agree.
I blame the men.
I agree with you on this one. Go ahead, Tasha. Tell us why, but I actually agree with you.
Because Exhibit A, your whole intro into setting up that scenario right there of how you sexualized, you romanticized it, you just made it just so, oh my God. You didn't talk about two dicks. You didn't make it two dudes, okay? You made it two women. I blame men. I blame the men for making it so, because it's so sexy, it's so taboo. But now if it was two dudes and one of them grabbed the other one and threw him over the shoulder, you would have been disgusted or just shocked. Like, oh my God.
I can't even fight you on this one.
Coochie, isn't it?
I can't fight you on this one. I can't fight you on this one.
Bert's facial expressions right there.
He went from this to like
she's up a storm.
Negro, please. Can I say one thing though?
Oh, please.
I agree 100%. It's a double standard, but I'm gonna tell you this right now. I have drank in college. I hadn't had Mad Dog. I don't know if people drink that nowadays. I haven't had it.
We still drink Mad Dog.
No amount of alcohol make me want to eat another girl cooch and make her want to eat mine. If you have those tendencies, it's in you and it's a part of your lifestyle. You can drink a bottle of Hennessy and chase it with tequila. If you don't want to sleep with the opposites, with the same sex, you're not going to do it. So I'm telling you, to me, you're going to be a lesbian. You're going to be gay if you decide to suck some dick and eat some coochie. If you have the same parts, that's how I feel. Now,
go ahead. So let me share some experiences with you where I agree and disagree. I really do, and this is from personal experience. I can't count how many times I have put women in that position where, in my honest opinion, I know you're going to disagree because according to you, you feel like if they let it happen, they had those tendencies all along. This is where I'm going to disagree a little bit. I'm agreeing in the sense that, I don't know, maybe subconsciously deep down, they did have a curiosity. I don't know that. And maybe my actions truly brought it to the forefront. But I can honestly sit here and tell you, I was a master at creating situations where that was not her intention. She didn't know it was going that way, but I set the stage in such a way of where I have gotten women to do things with another woman. I've gotten two sisters. I literally had two sisters two blood
Not
sisters.
his sisters. Not his sisters.
Yeah, no, not my
I know,
sister.
I know, yeah, I know.
Oh,
You
yeah.
better not.
No. I got two sisters
Blood
and
sisters.
two blood sisters, no half sisters, two sisters, because at that time I had created an environment of if you come through this door, not only does no, we literally said leave. Tasha knows this from being around me and Jane. We had a motto: leave. When you got in the car with us, it was leave your morals at home. That's how bad we were.
Oh, you're the master
Morals
manipulator.
are so separate.
I'm not on God, as the young people say. Our mindset was when you get in the car, leave.
That's
Number
it.
one, leave your morals at home, and then this is where the true manipulation comes into play. We created an environment that whatever you do here, we're not going to hold it against you. So if we run a train on you, it's just sex. If you let this woman eat your pussy, it's just sex. If I piss on you, oh, it's just part of sex. I created an environment where I fucked up a lot of women in the sense that after it was done, I made it my business psychologically that, oh shit, that, you know, we're not going to even talk about it, because when you give somebody plausible deniability and you hand them that little drink, and your point, Hannah, you know they're not drunk enough. You know it's not the alcohol, but you give them whatever they need, that trigger for them to tell themselves it's okay. And even since I've been living here in Atlanta, to let bitches roll up a blunt, and the moment they take a few puffs, now everything goes, because it allows them to say, well, ooh, I was so fucked up, I don't know what we did. And I created that environment. And I truly believe that's how a lot of guys end up sucking a dick the same way. The same fucking way.
I wanted to do that.
Abandon all hope.
No, to your point, I don't. So that's the thing. I don't know if it's deep down triggered, but let me tell you why I say that. 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 Because when I see a bunch of guys, Carol is saying, "What the fuck?" That Lady D is chiming in. I'm gonna tell you why I believe that. I especially now believe that with this newer generation, where you got 4 or 5 guys spending all day inside practicing dance moves, this, that, and the other, not a bitch in sight. You know what I'm saying? Guys sitting around all day long playing video games. Well, human nature being what it is, and when I was that age, if the wind blew, my dick got hard. Now you got 5 niggas sitting in a sweaty ass room that they've been in all day, and somebody lights a blunt, and next thing you know, shit. And boom, before you know it, you're a tank. I just sucked a little dick, but not really.
Black.
To the weed with honey packs. Like, what is going on here?
It's still, to Hannah's point, though, it still doesn't mean that they didn't have those feelings already.
I'm not disagreeing with that. I'm already gonna do it. Hannah, that's why I said I agree. I disagree, because on to your point, I've been drunk many times, many times. I mean, actually drunk. And for me, there was never going to be enough alcohol you could feed me to wave a dick in front of me and we gonna get down. So I don't know if those people, and no, I swear on God, y'all listen to this. Do you know how many guys I've asked about, well, what was your first, Tasha, I'm going back to the college experience.
True.
Do you know how many guys that I've asked about, well, how did you get it? Do you know how many stories started exactly like what I described? Well, shit, I was in college and, shit, came out the shower. Now, again, I don't know if this person had never shared a room with another man. I don't know if when you're in the shower after you playing ball, that you for once you looked over and, oh my God, that looks pretty good. I don't know what set a motherfucker off that he wants to suck a dick. I don't know.
Hold on, Black. Double standard, because you didn't go all in detail like you did with the women.
I don't want to imagine that shit.
You didn't take the picture.
No, I don't want. I
Really
just
minute
no.
details.
So I know you're right, Tasha. That I do. I thought my sexual journey when I was a teenager was Cinemax, and it was those scenes where you think about even horror movies. It's based on that premise where you put a bunch of teenagers together and they're in a cabin in the woods and they get to shower together. There's no face cloths and they rubbing their titties and they're giggling. And so that's
what in the world?
That does not happen in real life.
That's why I watch horror movies. That's why I got hooked on horror movies. It's for the sexual component, because at any moment I knew that you didn't show no guys. I always show women and shit rubbing their titties and huddled up together and stuff. And so you just knew that before Jason killed this bitch, that somewhere in that night somebody was eating some pussy. So I'm just saying.
I'm not even gonna comment.
I'm just saying.
Please.
Carol said that's an excuse you really want to do it,
Thank you,
and that was the
Carol.
opportunity.
Thank you.
Oh, man.
I don't know.
In your younger years, you wanted to suck some dick. You got old enough and you opened some drawers up.
Lady D, this is how I don't know.
You know how much it takes to open your jaws, pull your hair back, and go down?
I don't know, and I
do
never
that.
know that. I don't know. Look,
Come on now.
I don't
Come
know.
on.
Throat, you gotta get your throat ready. They was ready. They was practicing jaw exercises that whole day, counting on that knife to turn left.
I wish I had one of my lesbian friends on here that could explain, because we hunted together, and I don't want to say her name, but one of the family. No, me and her, we hunted together.
Really? Like
as hunters, we hunted prey together, where we picked an innocent. We would go out and pick an innocent, because my thing was, I want her. She, as a woman, she was able to get away with things I could never do. And men, y'all vouch for me on this one. When you in that club scene atmosphere, or and you know, or I almost said her name, you know, she heads to the bathroom. That's where the attack happens, where the woman go to the bathroom. Oh, girl, I like your outfit. Oh, you got some nice breasts. I watched her grab a woman's breast, and the girl, you know, doesn't object. Now, if I grab the bitch's titties, she ready to lock me up. But then next thing you know, she's coming over to the table, and this is my brother. We get that bitch to the house, and I've watched it a million times. And even if I got the chick to the house and she liked me, again, I created an environment that, you know, once the clothes come off, no doors are closing. We doing everything right there. And so it becomes just part of, I'm kissing, I'm touching. Next thing you know, she kissing and touching. Legs get parted. I'm up top. She eating a pussy. And apparently women can eat pussy better than a man can. And so anyway, next thing I know, that pussy is just as wet and dripping and ready for whatever's coming.
Now, I want you to use the same, fervor and description and switch the scenario to two dudes.
I'm not telling that story because I don't know that story. I don't know that story.
No,
what needs to look at Bert's face. I can't tell that story. And shit. I don't know about that. I'm just talking about the beautiful world of two women being together.
The double standards is real.
Crazy.
Women with sloppy knobs, you be pissed.
Oh, come on.
Ain't no come on.
Devin say, in the words of Frank Ocean, I've been thinking about you.
You know what's crazy? You see how you was okay with
Devin, Lady D, no man better not be thinking about my fat ass.
You don't know.
Carol said, so you saying you ain't seen some things. I know some things because again.
Never look over left in the gym.
What? Look over left.
Oh,
you ain't say no.
No.
Look over left where?
Look next door.
When I go, Hannah, when I go to a bathroom, I go in a stall.
What?
I don't pee in no open urinal because I don't want you looking at my dick.
Well, you ain't supposed to pull it out. You're supposed to put it through the hole a little bit.
What are you talking about? How you gonna talk
No,
about this?
I go in a stall and close the door. Like when I'm in the airport and I got a pee real bad, I will wait. Like if the urinal open, they say you got something. You go ahead, partner. I'm not whipping my dick out with no whole room full of men.
What? I thought y'all just separate the stalls.
No, I need a door on my motherfucking stall because
What?
you're not going, you know. And even when I used to club, I get offended if a man, as a matter of fact, I don't want no man talking to me in the bathroom anyway. The bathroom is not a place. I don't like a man talking to me in the bathroom. It should be dead silent in the bathroom.
That's right.
Men don't have no business talking in the bathroom.
Oh.
There should be no
We
conversation.
have full conversations in the bathroom.
We have a conversation.
There is no reason.
Right here, you got
There is no look at Kenny. There is no. Oh no, that's different, Lady D. There is no reason for conversation in the bathroom. We're in there to pee.
That's right.
Pee,
Now we
wash your hands, leave.
Say, hey, what's up, bro? Whatever. We washing our hands. That's fine. But not when we pissing or doing something.
I agree.
Okay.
You're right. That's the acceptable part. What's up, man? But again, when a motherfucker be like, "Hey, man, I like your shoes. You like my shoes? What the fuck you talking about?
Why you
Fuck you mean? Why are you looking at my shoes?
Yeah, because what we hear is you like our dick. Like this
Yeah, no, the hell no.
Don't talk to men when their dicks are in their hands. They feel vulnerable.
That is not the time for another man.
Don't do it.
That's not time for another man to be talking.
So what if a woman walk in the bathroom?
That's totally different.
That's different.
That's different.
You know, when I'm sitting at home and I pull my dick out, it's lots of conversation. Okay, you see what you're doing over there on that screen?
You know
that's what I want you to do. Just
like who is in the house? Okay, it's just you. Who's in the house?
I have porn on when I'm freaking.
Oh, okay. So you talking
I need her to have an idea. Look, don't be jerking and pulling my shit all hard. That's the technique, bitch. I need you to do right there.
Wow,
you know?
He got hooked on Sonic.
And don't let your fingernails scratch no shit.
The fingernails is to grip around.
But see, these new bitches with these fake press-on nails and go to yanking back all hard, then you got to punch a bitch in her forehead.
Oh, and that's jail time.
You're right in the throat. Bang.
And so you gonna punch her in the throat while she got your thing in
No, that's why I said you hit that bitch in her forehead
okay.
so you can back
and
off.
If her teeth
you pull back and you sock that bitch on her forehead.
Like a pit bull and she gonna grab it and
you know, but that's why the video
y'all
is
both
on.
Gonna be crying.
No, that's not a double standard that you want to put into action.
Double standard.
I'm just saying.
2 women good, 2 men no.
That's right.
Wow.
Nope. That it is truly a double standard. We're gonna take one more and we'll close out.
I'm at the end. This was good.
Well, so I have a question.
Go ahead.
I have a question that I'll ask since it's along like this, because this came up in our conversation. I was watching My Wife and Kids, okay? And you know where the son, the older son, where he gets, you know, like his girlfriend, you know, like pregnant and everything, right?
Yeah.
But before we get there, Michael, you know, he wanted to he was encouraging of his son to get laid in Hawaii, right? And so when Claire and Tony came to him, his daughter said that her and her boyfriend, they wanted to have sex. They were interested in it. Mm-hmm. He was so, you know, it was a totally different story. Absolutely not. He wanted to lock his daughter up in the room until she was like 1,000,000 years old. Never wanted her, you know, to have sex or anything. So I have that I asked Black that question. Is there a difference between, you know, like your older son and your son or your daughter coming to you and saying that they are engaging in sex or that they want to engage in sex? Does it matter? Is it worse coming from one party to another? And is there a difference if your son gets someone pregnant or if your daughter gets pregnant? So for the parents out there,
go Bert.
I have this question.
Can I go?
Oh, please. Yeah.
I have a son who will be 18 this year. And I have a daughter that's going to be 30.
This is going to be good. Oh, this is going to be good.
My son came to me. I wish he didn't tell me. My son came to me when he decided to have sex, which I appreciate. because the girl smelled like fish, and he asked me, was that supposed to happen? So he didn't go through with it. So he had to tell me because he was like, Mom, the room was stinking, so I couldn't go through with it. Now, I told my kids they could tell me. I didn't expect the details, but I'm happy he did, because no, if it smells like fish, you must exit left. But my daughter will be 13. I don't want her to, but I would want her to come to me just like I allow my son. Because my mom, I guess because my mom was a social worker, she always said it like it was plain, like she didn't sugarcoat, or she let us know. And my choice, though, I chose the way I got cursed out in high school. People call me a tease, whatever that meant. And I don't know if my daughter's going to be the same way, but I would want her to try to follow in my footsteps and wait till you're out of high school. She might not, but I would want her to come to me first.
So here's the big question: Would you be disappointed? Your son is 13, and so if let's say if he is sexually active,
he's 17.
17, okay. Yeah. So at the same age group for a daughter, would you be disappointed more or less at the same age for the son versus the daughter? Is what I want to know.
Having sex or getting Tasha?
Having sex. I'm gonna start with just even having sex, but both.
Second part.
I would, if they both decided to have sex at 17, I would want
you would feel no difference.
I would be disappointed.
I'm sorry, say again. I didn't hear.
I would be disappointed, but it's not much I can do.
More for which one? Hold on, more for which one?
Because when you give your body to somebody, you're I don't care how you twist it or plan it, your energy and spirit changes. It does not matter if you're a woman or a man.
So you do have a double standard for your daughter?
No, I said both. I would have a problem.
Wow. So no
but
difference.
My son already had sex at 16. 15. He lied and said 16 was 15.
So again, I'm trying to pin you down to get a clear answer. For you, there is no double standard, male or female, if they have sex.
No, honestly, both of them, I would feel I will be disappointed because it's too soon.
But no double standard.
There's no double standard, but I can't.
Now the second part is there a double standard if your son got somebody pregnant versus somebody getting your daughter pregnant?
I'm gonna say
where would the disappointment be? Is it the same?
I'm gonna tell y'all why. Because this little skank lied on my son. He saw him. He had on some red bottom shoes. She lied and said that she was pregnant. We didn't believe it, but I still took her to the clinic. Well, I went there. The mom checking me out, checking him out. And was like, the daughter admitted it was not my son. It was not. So I was pissed because he has so much. He's going to college for engineering. He has so much going on for him. And the last thing I wanted was for him.
But would you have been equally as mad, or if it was your daughter who got
pissed off on both? I pissed off for both.
So for you, it's equal either way.
I'm gonna tell you why. I had my son at 19. I was in college. I was married to his dad, but I still had a child at 19.
Okay.
So I can say, don't follow my footsteps. I can't judge, but I would be pissed because I know what it entails being in college with a child, trying to go ahead and graduate and still have a child, whether you have one or whether you got to take care of one. But it's probably going to be easier for my son, than my daughter.
So, but what I'm getting from your personal experience, I love for you, it doesn't matter. Lady D says, I prefer they both wait. If my son gets someone pregnant, that's more her parents' burden. If living at home, I'd be extremely disappointed in him, though. Lady D, would you be equally disappointed if you had a daughter and she came home and says, I'm pregnant? Would that weight of disappointment be the same, more, or less? And Tasha, I want to hear your views as for you. Oh, Devin says, with my daughter, I'd be hurt because at that age, she will likely be a single parent. And I want to know, Lady D, would you be hurt the same, or do you weight it different? Is there a double standard? And what do you say on this one? Go ahead.
I was going to let Bert go.
Okay, Bert, how do you feel as a step parent there watching those two kids? Where do you stand on this?
Well, this is what I'll say. You know, I'll start off by saying this: when you have a son, you worry about one dick. When you got a daughter, you worry about multiple dicks.
Excuse you?
Okay, that's real rap. That's real rap. You worry about multiple dicks because you worry about multiple guys coming at the same at your daughter. All right.
That man is telling the truth.
Now we got that part out the way.
That man telling the truth.
Now, when it with a boy, yeah, it is different, and yeah, I'm going to admit double standard like a mug because I'm going to give you real game. I gave my sons real game, told them the whole truth and nothing but the truth, and told them what it is. And to this day, they straight. They ain't got no kids as of yet. Now, what I can equate to now, as far as my stepdaughter, I'm gonna crack a nigga in his head.
Okay, calm down.
I'm gonna be mad. I'm gonna be mad because just like what the gentleman was saying, you know what I mean? If something like that happened, that's our child. That's not just her child, it's our child. Yeah, because she's going to be a single mother, and we're going to be in there taking care of the child as well.
I would take the child.
You know what I'm saying? So, you know what I mean? And I would want her to still be able to accomplish what she needs to accomplish because I don't want her to be out there and, you know, with her arms tied behind her back and then you struggle with a kid and all that. I don't want to see that. Yeah, you messed up, but we here to help you out so you progress. And you're going to still take care of your responsibility, but we're here to help you out. But yeah, I would be more upset on her than it would be on him because of the fact that, like we said, that girl, she's going to wind up being a single mom. And yeah, we're going to be helping out. But at the end of the day, that's the more responsibility on the woman than it is on the young guy.
And I think Lady D is making that point. She says it's different because let's be honest, the burden of raising is more on the girl.
It is.
He can still live his life more than likely. I don't care about the bodies. You missed that good part of that conversation earlier, Devin, where bodies do matter. And Tasha says if there's no insertion,
Black says mouths count. Let's just throw it. Mouths and assholes count to black. So let's just go there.
Carol says girls will always be daddy's girls. So yes, there's a difference as opposed to sons. So Tasha, where do you stand on this one?
For me, because of what I went through,
and I want to hear your view because you're a daughter and you got brothers, and I go ahead.
So from what I went through, for me losing my virginity, I felt like people took it way more seriously than what it should have. Okay, it was not as serious as they made it, but it turned into the fucking Salem witch trials. Like they trying to hang me over that. Like. You would have thought, I promise you would have thought I got pregnant or something. And I didn't. I'm like, it's just a little bit of dick. That's all it was. So because of what I went through, for me, it would be the same. It would be the exact same.
Wow.
No, not how I would treat it. I'm saying like I would treat it the same way.
Right. No, I get
treat them both the same way.
Because of your own experience. I get it.
But now, as far as like disappointing, like as far as, yes, I would be more disappointed in the daughter getting pregnant, but I'm also more of you have tons of options. Okay, we gonna explore all the options.
I love it. Lady D says bodies fall off after 7 years like a credit score.
I'm telling you, it does.
Tasha, did you get flawed?
That's so fucked up. I hope y'all are hearing this shit.
It is so true. I'm a virgin. I ain't had sex in over a year, so boom, I'm definitely a virgin.
Damn.
Definitely.
Virgin-tized?
Yeah, I'm virgin-tized. Yes.
I hope y'all hearing this shit. I hope y'all hearing this bullshit.
A good cleanse.
Exactly.
Oh,
there you go.
For me, y'all already should know how I feel. It's a definite double standard. And I would be far more disappointed in the daughter. For me and Bert, I feel the exact same way. And then so here's the thing. I'm going to say what a lot of men want to feel. When you find out your son has fucked a girl, secretly you happy. Because he's made a choice
Wow.
I hate to say it this way. Please, gay people, don't come after me, but you don't want your son to be gay. You just don't. But Bert is right. Secretly, that's how you feeling.
Openly,
Sometimes you have to pretend
Yeah.
that you're too young, but you go somewhere in your private space and think, thank you, God. He like pussy.
right? You doing
I'm
your
keeping
thing.
it honest. I'm keeping it honest because just the stigma of, and I know it's not as bad as in 2024, but still, I just don't believe a man has a son with the idea that I'm okay if he turns gay. You can live with it and you accept him, but I just think you just far more would prefer. And Neo and different, you've gotten in trouble for saying this. So that's number one. And so the other part of it is this is wrong what I'm about to say, but I'm gonna throw it right back in y'all face.
Mm-hmm.
Since you say that it counts if something is inserted, you ought to know better, you nasty little bitch, you, that you let somebody insert something in you and raw dog that pussy, and I'm sorry, you ought to know better, because hopefully, if I ain't talked to you, your mama done told you about all kinds of protections, this, that, and the other. So if you come bringing your little ass in, I got something to tell you, I might hit you in your motherfucking throat because you should have known better.
Wow.
So, like Devin said,
I can't get a round of applause for Dick. That's crazy. But he got a round of applause for some pussy.
Tasha, we're gonna burn you at the stake. We're getting burned at the stake. Shame on you.
Here's your round of applause, Tasha.
Shame on you.
Thank you.
Hey,
it is what it is. What my brothers took me to prostitute at the age of 12, my 12th birthday. I was taken downtown because it ain't gonna be no faggots in this family. So you're gonna get you some pussy and you gonna love it.
They do it, Tasha.
No.
My nephew, when he was sneaking out, I found the ugliest girl I could find, and I put him in the house. I say, beat that pussy. When I come back, I need to know you have beat that, because you start him out with the ugliest woman, because that's the bitches you practice on. If you practice on a lot of ugly,
wait, what?
I just don't understand. Just like why you couldn't for the same excitement, the same, like we're gonna make sure that you fuck well out here. We're gonna find you the ugliest dude to fuck.
Hell no.
Tasha, I can't speak because you were wrong.
Thank you.
Okay.
And I'll do y'all one better. My sister Sherry, I'm saying names. I caught her little fast ass cutting school one day and about to fuck, and I changed the entire trajectory of her life. I caught her getting ready to fuck. I pulled her to the side and I gave her the talking of a lifetime. She will tell you this out of her own mouth. Not only did she not fuck, my talk made her look at sex completely different, and to this day, she's never sucked a dick.
Oh, you behind that?
I'm the reason. Because I told my sister that boys are going to look at you different, and every time somebody got close to getting to that furry bank, she thought her brother was in her head. I was in her head. But
You
Carol,
stunted her sexual growth. Sherry, it ain't too late to do the Stella Got a Groove Back thing. It ain't too late, Sherry. I will take you somewhere and I will find you a dick to suck, okay? I will find you one. That's what I'm willing to do for you, Sherry. I will do what he should have done. I will find you a dick to suck, okay?
So
I don't want neither one of my kids doing that.
That is a true story, because I view it different with what men do and what women do is not right. Carol says that is truly a double standard. Yeah. Yes, it is.
Yes, it is.
Devin said, then they grow up and act like Lil Boosie. We changing the narrative in 2024. I agree with Lil Boosie 100%. I'm sorry, it's not popular. Devin, I agree. Tori said, hell, I was mad when my oldest daughter got pregnant at 27 because the man was the low down dirty dog. Thank God he has a wonderful stepfather. He is 22 now in college and working for Amazon.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow. That's good.
And so it turned out all right. So Tasha, I did stunt Sherry's growth a little bit there.
A little bit. Well, I can't talk because
It's terrible. That's
We
awful.
have another viewer. Again. I ain't gonna say no names. Ooh, if I sell this part,
I will go to hell.
Tiptoe.
Huh? I got to
Tiptoe.
tiptoe around this.
Tiptoe.
I have another viewer that's a fan of the show. That's family of the show. She fast. It's all get out. Her little ass is out there smoking hookah and doing all kinds of stuff. But she ain't out there. Now I ain't gonna say she no virgin, but so it ain't as many. So she told me this out of her own mouth. Oh, I was about to say it, but they're not running through that pussy. So she letting special citizens get that pussy.
Can I say something?
What?
Can I say something?
Special
Talking to a child when they're younger though can definitely plant something to wait. I'll say this because my parent, I don't know if it's good or bad, but my parents always told me if you gave head, you're going to hell. So before birth, I never did. Well, I was always told honestly, right here, God, everyone know. My friends used to curse me out.
So I'm gonna start calling Bert the God Killer.
No, don't say that. But no, he taught before my friends used to curse me out. Like that's not in the Bible, but you know, I told you how I grew up.
Right.
I had my even though I only got married the first time because of my parents. Like everything was structured, and they always told me if you give your
my wife was taught that that's a form of bestiality.
And it when you get a seed planted in your head,
I agree.
You will definitely go through with that. And I feel like sometimes you need that talking to, even though it might scare the crap out of you, but you need that talking to just to know that you can have some.
But here's where it can backfire because this is real. This is called real talk for a reason.
Oh, I thought you were like, I thought you were like, and here, like pointing at me. Here's where it backfires.
No. I was talking to Hannah. Here's where it can backfire because, again, I'm for the sake of your preserving. Sometimes you can. In this instance, I wanted this person to love pussy. And even when I discovered they were looking at porn, I was secretly happy. Unfortunately, I should have paid more attention to the pages that they were going to because where I thought the person was falling in love with pussy, they was falling in love with sucking some dick. And so I was completely devastated to discover that you wouldn't get that hairy monster that you became a dickmeister.
What?
You didn't view the pages that were being viewed?
I was so happy that the person was finding porn, and I'm thinking, okay, I done instilled in this person all the values. They're gonna love pussy, and you got game, and you're gonna be beating the living guff off them goddamn muffs. And come to
you have to do your children's intake.
Come to find out.
No names.
So come to find out you was a certified head doctor.
Phaedra.
What?
Remember Nene said Phaedra said you was head doctor.
No, but again, I'm laughing, but it can backfire. On a serious note, it can backfire because what you're exposing them to, it can turn out the exact opposite, and that's that. So again, that go to show you that you know, it's a touch, but it is a double standard with men. It is, you know. So
I will say this to Hannah's point, though. I was the same way, you know, like you don't have sex, you know, like you're raised in the church. I mean, it was, you know, it was very much instilled. That did not stop me. That did not make me not want to do it. I wanted to do it because what's all the hype about?
That's right.
If they keep it in front of you, it must be something good.
We're gonna still catch up to you. We're gonna catch you. We're gonna get you.
That's what's like, well, shit. If they keeping this from me, it got to be good. What's behind this curtain shit?
Exactly. Like, you know,
I was rebellious, so you couldn't say nothing to me. I was rebellious.
You still are.
I think it's just a healthy curiosity. That's what I call it, just a
Really?
healthy curiosity.
And that's my views now.
I was terrified.
I'm not tripping off them experimenting. You know, I'm not attaching religion to it as I become now.
Right.
But I would be lying if I told you I would be more disappointed at a daughter being as sexually active as a son.
Yeah.
I agree with you guys. I now being more enlightened, it's gonna happen. I accept that part.
Yeah.
But I would just hope that my daughter doesn't have as many encounters.
Wait, so I'm gonna throw another double standard at you because I know how you're gonna answer. Are you as disappointed in your daughter for being sexually active if it's with a girl versus a boy?
Ooh.
Oh no.
You want me to tell the God's honest truth?
Yeah.
God's honest truth.
I'm not. I'd be lying to you if I told you that I view a lesbian experience the same as a heterosexual experience. So if I found out that a daughter is fucking with women,
Instead of a teenage boy, it's a teenage girl. You know, that's what I'm saying. It's teenage girl.
Teenage.
Because here's my fear then. You know what? That's different. I just thought about that. I would rather she eat some pussy and get a pussy ate when she's fully grown.
That's a double standard. A double standard.
I do. Because now you just made me think. My fear would be if that's her first sexual experience, she gonna love that box so much that she ain't gonna want to try the trigger. You know?
So is it just the idea that it's just a dick? Is that just what throws you? Just throwing a dick in there and it just all goes
at the end of the day.
I gotta respect that.
At the end of the day, I want her to make a commitment to dick. At the end of the day, I need her to make to sign up to play for the team where she getting dick.
To get pregnant,
You can have sex without getting pregnnt.
What?
I'm just
You
saying.
can have sex without getting pregnant.
See, Tasha, that's a fucked up question.
We have sex.
That's okay. The only reason why I asked is because I remember having this conversation with this lady and her daughter, and she said for her the best thing ever was in high school. Her daughter was gay all through high school, and she said I never had to worry about her getting pregnant.
That's right.
So I get that. So I get that part.
I don't want to either, but I'm just saying.
I get that part, but I still want her to ultimately fall for dick.
Well, she circled back around to it. She married and had kids and everything. So,
and that's why I say I would rather her experimenting.
You're right.
So I'm back to my college experience.
No, we don't. No.
The training wheel should be dick. But then when you go to college, then you can lather up in the dorm room.
Stop touching yourself.
Need prayer.
Right, you Jesus. Immediately.
I'm just saying. Devin says, but the reason for your disappointment is because how you've been groomed to think men would treat her. What if we start treating boys to be more chivalrous, respectful, and loyal? I agree. I agree. I agree.
Devin,
no, don't come at her. She right.
No, she is right.
No, I agree.
That's not reality.
That's not. Thank you. It's not reality.
My son is a gentleman.
Lady D, they're born with computers in their hands and the videos and what they're exposed to. It's not going to allow.
Yeah.
It's not. I love what you're saying, but it's not reality.
That's
our testosterone level is crazy.
I'll say this. My son, he's an athlete. He do love butt too much, but he is very generous. Like he opens doors. He really is a gentleman, and you can attest. Am I wrong?
He opens doors.
He is a real gentleman. Now I don't like that he like butt so much, but I can't stop that. But he is a gentleman. He's respectful. Now in front of me. Now I don't know what he's doing behind closed doors.
True.
But even a couple of his girlfriends in the past. He's very respectful. Even their parents say he's a respectful man.
But I agree with you.
From him.
I agree with you. But to Black's point, and even I would probably even make the argument it doesn't matter. I would make the argument for my dad. It doesn't matter. It's still dicks coming at him. You know what I mean? It's still dick.
Right.
So
And also, women nowadays don't like gentlemen because some girl told my son he wasn't yelling at her enough. Like, why do he have to yell at you, crazy?
So, and I'm glad you said that, because this is
why do he need to yell
this
at
is
you?
how I want to answer Devin. She says we have to start somewhere, though. Many ideologies have changed during my lifetime alone, and I hope you're right, and I hope that
agree with you.
we swing back around. This is why Devin, I always talk about that pendulum, and I hope you're right. I hope the pendulum swings back at some point where we do get back to a place where we start to incorporate values and respect. But where we're at now, long as you got out there, Devin, Suki with the good coochie, and Sexy Red saying ski weird, you know, or whatever the fuck she be saying, and you know that long as you got them bitches at the forefront, that you know, I realize I can't even go out, Devin, right now at my current state and put my clothes on, because what women are looking for, they're not looking for the gentleman. They're gonna overlook me, you know. And when you open a door, but I love what you're saying. We need to start somewhere. So I do hope that pendulum swings back the other way. But until then, that's why I'm out of the game. I don't have the energy, the finances to put forward to chase these bitches. So like a old lion, I gotta catch the lame and the lame ones, the ones that hurt. I catch the broken bitches that, you know, by the time the men done broke them so bad that those the bitches I catch. So when I'm hunting in the grocery stores, I'm looking for that bitch that's psychologically, mentally, physically broke down, so that I can bring her in here and take advantage of her and devour that bitch and send her back out there.
And the Jeffrey is going on.
Wait, Black. So I have another. This is random, and I know we need to end the show, but I have another question. So, if you had, and we're gonna take the story that you told about Sherry. If Sherry was actually getting ready to sleep with a girl, would you still have said anything or interrupted or anything like that?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely. Now, but to your point, the conversation wouldn't have been the same. I would have still been disappointed that she's sneaking away to have sex, but you know what? I would have had my conversation would have been, is that really what you want to be known for? Because my talk at that time was, kids are cruel. I'm a boy. I know what we talk about. When this gets out, not if, but when it gets out, how do you want to be seen? So I would have done my best to embarrass her either way. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So for me, I would have done my best either way. Devin said, yes, women also need to teach people how to treat them. It's not all on absolutely.
Thank you.
And Tasha,
women crazy.
And Tasha, on top of that, what he was saying about Sherry, and when you were saying that hypothetical about the other, if she was with a girl, I would have approached her. I've been like, can she give me some?
Wow. Wow.
Just an opportunist. Like, just an opportunist, I swear.
So you stopping your sister.
You know what? Back then, if you got a girl that's that freaky, she probably was into whatever.
This is why you don't want your daughters. That's the reason y'all want your daughters to do it, because y'all know y'all nasty.
Boys and men we are some nasty beasts.
Yes, we are. Yes, we
really are. That's the sad part about this. So
you know what?
We're gonna do a part 2 because I got a whole lot of shit
I
that
like
we could
this
have went.
show. Don't do it Saturday because it's my birthday.
No. These are Wednesday conversations. Yeah. So me and Tasha had already said we was gonna do a part 2. So we got enough material to line up for a part 2 for this conversation for sure. So I thank you guys, especially the comments, you know, from the viewers. I appreciate you guys. Me and Tasha started out by ourselves. So Honeybird, thank you for coming on. You definitely made the show a lot more enjoyable. But for Lady D, Carol, Toria, Terrence, I truly appreciate you guys being active in the conversation.
This is a good episode.
It makes a big difference. Kenny, thank you, my brother. I know he have to go to work with folks, and Kenny is the most supportive on the TFG family. So I thank you guys. And for anybody watching, whether you're watching it live or come back, hey, make some comments. I do interact when I go to my channel on Real Talk. So please don't forget to subscribe, hit the notification bell, check us out, and check me out on TFG. So I appreciate you guys. I'm energized. You just got inside the mind of me and Tasha. This is shit we talk about all the time.
Yeah, it really does.
So I appreciate you, but everybody enjoy the rest of your week. We are on happily now, folks, on the other side of the week of hump day. So think of it like this: 2 more days. We still adjusting to the daylight saving time, and I cannot get my body right. So
I said that. I'm more exhausted this daylight saving.
I can't my brain right. Even when I was getting off work and it was still daylight outside, it's just something just wrong. So I gotta adapt. Yeah, so
this one hit me harder than any other daylight saving.
I don't know what it is, y'all. I have not slept since Sunday. I have not slept since Sunday. So
me,
Carol, have a good night.
In the morning, I told you.
I had been up since yesterday morning. I never slept all last night.
You need to smoke some weed.
No, he don't.
You know what? I have some
don't
shit too,
to
so
Bert.
I need to do something.
Help him go to
But you know what?
That
Just to say that, I'm going to take some of those melatonin things tonight, and see if that will help. Cause
take the Benadryl.
When I get in bed, I got sleepy, but then my body just wouldn't let me sleep. But anyway, enjoy it, you guys. Everybody have a great rest of your evening, and we'll see you on Saturday. We're gonna try to plan something fun.
No show Saturday.
You say no show Saturday?
I won't be there.
No.
It's my birthday.
Happy early birthday,
Happy
sweetheart.
early birthday.
My brother, take care of my little
21.
sister. There you go. Don't age a day, baby. Don't age a day. So y'all enjoy. I'll see y'all on the other side.
Yeah.
Have a good night.